Welcome to another episode of Just Ask Cher Live, as I lively put myself in the center of your screen so you can actually see me better. This is kind of off center, but that's okay. I'll fix it. You see, it's always like an opposite kind of mirror action. I am glad to be live with you guys today. Super excited. I always say I'm super excited, but I'm actually super excited about the topic that I have for you because it's all about growing your asset. And you, my friends, are that asset. And I want to make sure as I pull my mic in, slide it in, and I'll be all comfy with you, that we are getting into the goods as to how you can be an asset, how you can leverage your brand to be an asset for any company you work for. Whether it's the company you're working for right now, whether it is you work for your own company, it doesn't matter. You are valuable, and there are several, in fact, 5 key areas. There's more, but I'm going to focus on 5 key areas that you can directly impact with your personal brand. So I'm going to talk about those areas, and I'm also going to talk about, what else are we going to talk about? Well, I'm going to talk about how not only am I going to reveal those areas to you, but I'm also going to reveal how you can, with this knowledge, go forth and prosper. Go forth and be awesome with your brand. So I'm going to give you ideas on how you can leverage. So basically take this knowledge and make it actionable, because that's really important to me. And so what do you guys think of that? Are you about that life? And I bet you're wondering, hey, Cher, this is 3:30 in the afternoon if you're watching Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday live. And you might be wondering, wow, I know you were live last week in the afternoon, but is this a new thing? I kind of think so. I'm kind of liking this afternoon slot. I did really want to take this slot at 3 o'clock. I tried, friends. I really did. But there's so many moving parts that I just had to plan for. And it's 3:30 today, but next week we'll try for 3. But meanwhile, if you want to figure out when the heck I'm broadcasting, or if you don't want to miss an episode, guys, I set up something new. Finally did it. Get on the A-list. That's right, my friends. Get on the Just Ask Cher A-list. And how do you do that? Well, when we're done this broadcast, you can head over to justaskcher.com. And with that, you can get on my list. Get that started. And guess what I just noticed? No one checked me. My timer. Get that going. So I promise, friends, to keep this episode hot, live, fresh, deliver the goods in about asterisks 30 minutes or less. So I hope to do that. And you guys, my scroll stopper is definitely one to watch. And of course, in my newsletter that I'm just starting, so that website will take you, or that web address will take you right to the landing page of this newsletter. I wanted to do so many things with it. I wanted to set up a page on my website, but didn't have time. But done in this case is better than perfect, because I need to get it out there. Because I've got so many people asking me, I'm missing your episodes, I'm missing the broadcast, I'm not getting notifications. So I want to make sure that you get the recap. And here's the beauty of this newsletter that I got going on for you guys. It's going to just include all the recaps of anything that I talk about, links to where you want to go to find it, as well as, I promise, goodies. So anybody who wants to be an A-lister comes with the perks. So you'll get special treats, which is more like resources, things that I create that I use with my training clients and my coaching clients, so that you can just build that brand and create the opportunities that you were meant to create. So definitely head over when we're done. Watch me right now. Look at my eyes. Watch me. To justaskcher.com and get on my list, okay? So In the meantime, as I mentioned, my scroll stopper is pretty hot. So if you are a speaker or anybody who's always up on a stage, you're going to love this idea. It literally stopped my thumb, and that's what scroll stoppers are all about, and how you can take this idea and make it your own, plus learn something from this this post. As well, tap that app. I always got the goods for you. And so in this week's Tap That App, you're going to like this one. And it's all about going live, not necessarily live on LinkedIn, because I believe that most people don't have access to live. But does that mean you should stop? And perhaps by not going live, that might be preventing your application from going forward. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And of course, my A's to your Q's. So packed show. Definitely a packed show. And curious right now, what are you guys thinking? Are you guys about this LinkedIn Live life, what I have to talk about? Just making sure that I'm there and people are watching. Of course, my phone wants to be all noisy and stuff. That's not good. But I see you guys are there, which is great. Jacqueline, hey, what's up? How long can you live on LinkedIn? You know what? I don't have, I'd be making it up if I gave you an answer, but I know you can go for at least an hour. I've seen people go longer. I believe Randall Constant went for over an hour. He told me about it. And Gracie said, yes, there are so many moving parts. Dr. Carla, a list, cool beans. I got you, Dr. Carla. You don't worry about that. Gail, hello. Greetings to you. And Stallone, the girl with the dope curls. This was part of the reason why I was late. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm missing volume, but you know what? My hair can't hear me right now because the volume is all gone. But don't worry. Really and truly, come on, first world problems, right? So Lee can hear me loud and clear. Great lighting and sidebar. Thank you. So I upgraded my lights the other day. And also, I believe... So you can watch in the last episode, you'll see there was an upgrade to the lights. And today, because there's a few things. So I have lights, plus I'm broadcasting in front of a window. So that helps at this day, and it's overcast, so it's perfect. But I don't even believe it's that, because I've done that before. I upgraded my cameras, my friend. So I am now using a Logitech Brio. So it's like the top of the line for webcams, but it is coming in super clear and crystal. It's just like, I'm loving it. So that's cool. And thank you, Thomas. Thomas is just an awesome friend and supporter, and I appreciate you making it on. All you guys who show up, you guys are just awesome. Christopher Lawrence's Team Live. Hey, Brian. Yeah, you guys are just amazing. Okay, so I'm going to jump in right now and start, because I want to make sure that you guys are about this, making your brand an asset to any organization that you work for. So do you want to learn about this topic? Yes or no? Let me know right now. If you are liking this topic, let me know with a like, so I know what's up. I know that you guys are about this. And even though you can't stay long, Kim, that is okay, because there's always the replay, and you jump on the A list. I'll make sure you get it, and that and so much more. I like the shirt. Thank you, Gracie. I liked it too. When I saw it, I had to order it. Penny says, hey. Well, guys, I love you guys so much, as you know. And so we are going to jump in live right now. And I also want to know, meanwhile, I see that you guys are loving this topic. I also want to know, are you team live or team replay? I see all my livers right now, but I know so many of you are able to watch it after. Maybe you're at work. Maybe you're picking up kids. Maybe you're doing work, whatever. You're with clients. That's okay. I love my livers, because you guys make this conversation happen. But also those of you who catch it on the replay, I appreciate you. I appreciate you tuning in. So we are all ready for this, and I can see it. So Felicia, Stallone, Gregory, Eric, yes, win anyway. I'm about to win. And Lionel, awesome. I'm glad you guys are all here with me today. So let's do this. It's all about growing your assets. Talk about winning. Okay. So the first thing I want you guys to recognize there are key areas in any organization, whether it is your company that you own, or you work for a company, that you can, with your brand, so a brand alignment with what you do, with how you show up to work, that you can, through your brand and your social presence, make a significant impact on. So it's really important that you listen in, and this may even help you develop your own personal branding goals of, maybe, for example, you're not selling a product, you're not in sales, you are, you work with a team, or you work with a specific product more in the development side of that product, or perhaps you're managing a project or managing people. There are so many different ways where you, in this role, can have an effect, because most people think it belongs to just sales and marketing, but I'm going to tell you that it's not. So let's take a look at growing your asset. So the first thing that I want you to do is recognize that your brand can increase sales. So it has a direct impact on sales. So if you are, and let me just back up a bit on how it impacts how you can make a dent in any one of these categories, is by creating content and sharing it in places like LinkedIn or Instagram or wherever you are, Twitter, wherever your target market, wherever I just stopped talking with my hands. They're like all over the place. I'll sit on them for a second. Okay, so I can't do that. So wherever your market is, you need to, whatever your audience is, you need to create content, create dialogue, develop that network. And one of the easiest ways is you can have a direct impact on sales. So if you are a subject matter expert and you are able to reveal some information or further explain the tech that goes into a piece of software, a piece of hardware, or even the process in which your products or services are made, when you can input that sort of knowledge in content, and it doesn't have to be video, but it certainly can be, or it can be a blog post. It can be just a regular status update and skills, tricks, tips on how to use a product. Because here's the thing, especially with the B2B audience, they do their research. They are taking, the stats are ridiculous as far as how many people are impacted by what they see posted online when it comes to directly deciding to purchase a product. They're doing their research. Things are coming out. So if you are leveraging your brand within the overall sales cycle by just creating content around a product or service, it's incredible how you can make a direct impact on sales. As well, if you are drawing a conversation, you also create fertile ground for your sales department to go in there and work with you to generate qualified leads. So that's just one way that your brand through content can impact the organization, the company that you worked for, and you become more invaluable when you create it. All right, so second thing is, everybody's loving my shirt. I'm so glad I bought it. You know, the title of the shirt was Press, 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 for any Cardi B fans out there. And I mean, that title alone made me buy the shirt, I think. Anyways, all right, so next one, social reach. Did you know that when you post something, as opposed to the regular company accounts, when you post something, you have 8 times more reach than 8 times more reach than the average corporate account? Like, that is significant, and you're drawing way more engagement. I wish I had the stats up, guys. I'm sorry I didn't have them prepared, but they are so significant that you literally, if you are cultivating and building a network, the content that sales and marketing are investing in, if you're sharing that content with your own 2 cents, they will see and track where the clicks are coming from, who's generating those conversations. And if you are generating conversations, again, where sales and marketing can start to also access, that you become much more valuable, because you become a little bit of an epicenter or a hub for valuable conversations. So again, when you are thinking about, I don't even know what to post on LinkedIn or on Instagram or on Twitter, wherever you are, you got to think about that being a part of your personal branding strategy to insulate where you are at a company, right? So you will increase their social reach. You will improve sales through access through your network. So it makes you be more strategic if you want to use your brand as an asset. All right, let's grow that asset. Okay, next one, talent attraction. So how can you help attract talent? Well, those of you who are in HR roles, for example, especially in recruiting or overall HR generalist positions where part of it is hiring, recruiting, all of that kind of stuff. One of the things that you can showcase is when candidates feel that they have a closer interaction with you, they are also more likely to build that relationship. And we know right now where it's a candidate's market. I've had that on good authority that there's a lot of competition, especially for highly skilled tech roles. So you've got to build those relationships where you're constantly building pipelines of qualified candidates that will bring you through. So one of the things that are really what you can also think about if you are not in HR is showcasing the talent of your team. Because birds of a feather flock together. And when you can see the talent of the type of people that you want to work for or work with through creating content, that is an incredible thing that you can do. So let me give you an idea, because I'm full of ideas. I got them all the time. But the one idea that I'm thinking about, it could be around talking to some of the most talented people in your company and getting feedback or advice about one specific thing. Because now what you're doing is you're putting those talented people on blast, which then goes out into your network. And again, you know people who do what you do at different companies. All of a sudden, now it's like, oh, what's it like to work there? You know you'll generate those kind of discussions. And then all of a sudden you're saying, hey, you should talk to so-and-so in HR. Let me introduce you. Or in recruiting or talent companies, let me introduce you. This is how you go about the process. There's so many companies right now that have lucrative talent attraction compensation programs where you bring somebody in, they stay for a year, they're paying you. So you definitely want to consider this as an incredible option. So again, building your brand through content, focusing on these areas, showing off the talent, or maybe even showing off the leadership and how they lead and why you like working under that leadership. Okay, so there's so many ways you can do it. These are all digital soft skills of the future, my friends. These are the communication skills that you need to add value, become an asset, grow your asset. These are the squats, literally. These are the squats of your brand, okay? So keep going. All right, next thing, employee retention. So this comes back to perhaps as a leader, you want to showcase. So we talked about just in general, whether you're a leader or not, showcasing talent, but employee retention is like about highlighting the awesome people that are on your team. Also, another way you can do it if you're in sales and marketing or in HR is co-creating content with your social superstars, your social influencers who are doing the work, building their brand. Now you can leverage their reach, their influence by creating content with them. And what happens is when you bring people together and you showcase them, there becomes more of a brand affinity. You become, as an employee, you become more attached to that brand because you're like creating content. There's a video about me here. There's content that I helped create. That ownership runs deep when you start to do that, when it is intentional and the value is out there. So I want you guys to think about that. And now I'm going to jump into the comments before I give you the last one because I'm curious to see what you guys are saying. Branded content, Lee says, branded content works like a dream if you can keep it regular. Absolutely. I often see clients say to me, let's see, I've been watching you for a long time now. The longest conversation for me has been up to a year. So just goes to show you, you got to play the long game. Oh my gosh, I just wrote that down today. LinkedIn, Lee, and I know you get this, especially as someone where I focus on the brand in business. I know you focus a lot on recruiting and job hunting and career growth in that sense. But it is true. LinkedIn, personal branding, this is not, you're not going in for the quick wins. You will get them. This is a long game. This is a long season, my friends. Your career is a long season and it is an investment. So you got to grow that asset. Do your squats. I'm so bad. Okay, and don't overthink it. That's why so many hesitate. Absolutely, Bonnie. And you guys gotta check out Bonnie's content. She really puts some good stuff there, and she's such a regular. And Ryan says, great work. Love the shirt. Thank you. And let's see. Whitney's here, but gotta catch the replay. I appreciate you, Whitney, whenever you're watching. Living the brand. Yes. It's great. Patrick, I met him last week. We had a call after one of my shows, and it was just so amazing to again recognize the network that you are able to build by showing up regularly. And then again, to Lee's point around the fact that, you know what, people could be watching you for a while. As long as you're living and giving that value, people won't forget you. This is an emotional exchange. You feed people, they eat, they grow, they remember who fed them. You know what I'm saying? All right. So last one is thought leadership. So why is this valuable to the organization? Well, they want to, if you have an area of expertise where you want to build content around that directly impacts the industry that you are in. So maybe you have developed a way, a methodology, an approach, right, to leadership, to team building, to managing a specific department or process. And you can cleanse it, sanitize it, so you're not pulling out the internal proprietary stuff, or you are pulling out that stuff, but you're giving something where people can really learn and listen to you on that level and learn, and you could bless them with that. That is amazing. Also, from a leadership standpoint, as you mentor and champion the leaders coming up behind you, and you could talk about what it takes to lead, the lessons you've learned, the failures you've made, and how you've course corrected along the way. All these things matter, right? So you can create thought leadership, whether it's in a video series, a blog series, a podcast, but it's all about, thought leadership is really about changing the minds, changing perspective, adding context, giving new ways, new aha moments. And when you are doing that on behalf of the company that you work for, that is absolutely incredible, because that also impacts sales, your social reach, talent attraction, employee retention, all of that stuff. So you can see how this is deep-seated. But let's say you've got a side hustle going on, and it could be life coaching, something coaching, whatever it is. I don't know why coaching is in my brain. But you can also create thought leadership that will benefit the employees within the organization. So that's something as well. Like, it doesn't all have to be about the products and services that your company offers. You can serve in a different way. So I just want you guys to think about that as you're thinking about your brand goals for 2020, and how when you have a different thought about the content that you can create, the network that you need to build to increase sales, build out your social reach for the company, the talent attraction, employee retention, all that stuff, it gives you a different framework around what you could post, around what you could create. So I hope you guys find this helpful. Let me know. I want to hear, maybe a little applause, maybe some love. If you love me, I love you. That's why I do this every week, because I want to make sure that you guys are kicking your assets, growing them, doing the squats, doing the work. Yeah, the work. This is all work here. I get it. Okay. So, Yes, coaching is definitely the new personal trainer, and we've got lots of coaches out there, and a lot of them are adding tremendous value. But in order to take on a coach, you got to believe they know what they're talking about, and that's why thought leadership is so important. Okay, so embrace positive risks. Exactly, Patrick. I agree. And others will notice that you're doing it, you're adding value, and some don't. That's okay. It's not for everybody. I'm not for everybody. Not everybody's noticing that I do this. That's okay. I'm not for everybody. But for you guys watching, I'm for you, I hope. Okay. So let's see. Frameworks can be your best assets, right, Lee? I know. If you have a system that works and it delivers business results, boom. I agree. I hope I didn't kill your ears there. But anyways, you've cracked it and now you need to monetize it. Exactly. I was having a really good conversation with a friend this weekend just about frameworks and just about, well, don't want to drop the mic. That's not a good idea. Never met a mic I didn't like, so don't want to abuse it now. But anyways, okay, so I love it. So I got 7 minutes left, 7-ish minutes. You know, sometimes I take a little more. But I'm just trying to deliver all the goods, guys. So, yes, Eric, you always make fun of me on the way I say organization. I will continue to pop my eyes and say organization because that's what I do. All right, Richard's giving me the clap. Thank you guys so much. And yes, Marcello says he's squatting every day. Yes, my friend, take care of that asset. Okay. Yes. All right. So let's see what else I've got in store for you. Woohoo. Give me the claps, loves, whatever, begging for a little love here. Just a little. Even just one of you. I'm kidding. On to the next. Okay. So now that you're growing your assets, the next thing that we are doing is all about the scroll stopper, guys. And let me move over to my full screen. Today's scroll stopper is brought to you by Erin Folk, and she is a B2B agency owner that specializes in B2B content. And it was an agency started by a salesperson, not a creative, which means that she, my friends, is creating strategic creative work because she gets it from a sales perspective. So let's find out why dear Erin caught my thumb. And if you guys don't know what a scroll stopper is, it is whenever something stops your thumb because it caught your attention, you have to ask yourself why. And then you've got to break it down. So that's what I do for you guys. I break it down. Why did it catch my attention? And then I have a little lessons on the side. You'll see them all populate right here in a second so that you can take the same concept, the same idea, and make sure that you are leveraging these tips. Make it your own. That's what I'm talking about. So let's take a look at Ms. Erin. What did she do? She posted this. And then basically, I know it's hard to read, so I'll read it out loud for you. Speakers, use this trick to grow your audience. Seriously, it's one of my favorite, easy and quick ways to connect with whether it's 6 or 600 people in the audience. I also use it as a party trick. What ways do you connect with your audience? So it's a video, obvi, and basically what I loved about it is, first of all, she used this thing. So that used to be, especially in the Facebook days a couple of years ago, we would get that, clickbaity kind of, this way made her lose 100 pounds, or this one quick trick made her do this, but it still catches us. And so let's take a look at what this is. So basically, without giving away the entire video, let's take a look. This creates the intrigue and she delivers on the promise, and I'll show you what that was. Basically, she was telling speakers that the LinkedIn app will help you create this QR code, and you can put it on a slide. And then people can take a picture because it's blown up big enough. People can then take a picture of it. And then all of a sudden you got everybody in the room connecting with you. The good thing is that in her video, so I need you guys to go over to Erin's page, check her out. The good thing is, and then if you are on the Just Ask Cher mailing list, I'll make sure you get a link directly to the post that I'm talking about so you can inspect it for yourself, like it, love it, thumbs up, whatever. What's so cool about it is that she shows you in her video, so let's go back here, she delivers on a product. She gives you something. I was like, wow, that's really good. And then she shows you how to do it. So that's really important in the video as well, that she shows you how to do it. And finally, the other thing that I really liked is she had a solid CTE, call to engagement question. So her last question was, what ways do you connect with your audiences? And if you think about it, what she has cultivated in this particular post is anybody who speaks for a living. So then they become usually the speakers on this network. They're a little bit more out there in the network, so they're creating value within the comments. You get to network, talk to other speakers, pretty cool stuff. So all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, this was a really awesome strategy. And whether you're just, all I want you to not do is don't hold back. And finally, yes, one more thing. She also included closed captions. So you can see it's Erin, okay? So basically what she did is, that's always a win in any video right now online, because people are watching at work and whatever. How did it get 2 minutes? Really? I'm going to play with that clock just now. But anyways, closed captions, so important in today's age. So you're looking at that, this title totally caught my attention. She delivered on the promise. So when you use that clickbaity type titles, you better deliver. And she showed you how to do it. So if you want to learn how to do it, go watch her video. And she had a solid call to engagement question down below. She gave the goods. It was good. And she used closed captions. So I hope you guys find this helps. I'm going to go check into, after I pause this timer that's like totally stressing me out. Okay, it's paused. I'm reclaiming my time. Well, really taking yours, but I hope you guys are finding value. So let me see here what you guys have to say. Let's see. Wow. Well, I love the conversations that are happening in between Lee and Marcello. And Keisha saying, I love it. Love to connect. Keisha, yeah, I love to connect as well. Let's see. And not a lot of, I know you guys are commenting, and I appreciate you, but it doesn't always come up. So guys, if I don't address you, I will be out here after. Randall says he's late today, him and Calvin, but you guys, I know you guys are always there to support me, whether live or on the replay. So I appreciate that. And okay, let's go. Yes, Randall's in the house. Okay, so moving on now, I wanted to remind you that in addition to getting onto my mailing list, don't forget that if you don't want to miss a post, just follow the hashtag JustAskShare. It's not that deep. We can do it. And then you'll be more likely notified by LinkedIn that I'm going live or having some awesome posts to share with you. Yes, awesome. Okay, so wanted to share now my Tap That app, 2 Ps. In addition to growing your assets, I want you to tap that app, right? 2 Ps. Okay, so I'm gonna get in trouble one day, but for now I'm gonna roll with it. Okay, so this is what I want to introduce you guys today to is Be Live. For those of you who don't have access to LinkedIn Live, it doesn't mean you can't go live, and that's what I want to talk to you guys for just a second. There's so many people right now who are so upset that they can't go live, or they've even had their applications declined. But what you may not know is what LinkedIn Live in the applications, from what I was able to gather based off of all this feedback and other livers that have been accepted or declined and then accepted, is they were looking for live experience. Or if you want to plan your own show and you want to feel what it's like, you can always go live into a Facebook group. I've already recommended StreamYard, but I also love Be Live. I used to use it a lot doing Facebook Lives, and it's a really cool studio kind of feel technology. So I just want to let you know about that again. So go over to be.live and you'll check it out. I love the way their lives look as well. And again, you can broadcast right into a Facebook group. You can broadcast into a YouTube channel that has no subscribers on it. Think about it that way. Practice, practice, practice. You will get your opportunity to go live. Okay? So think about that. And now, A's to your Q's. Do I put back on the timer yet? Almost. I will, because, that's kind of nice. Richard said, this information that will improve your brand quickly. Thank you so much. I just love giving it, Richard. I'm so glad that you feel that way. And tomorrow is National Cookie Day, coming from my food expert. Enjoy the cookies. Do the squats for your personal brand assets. Tap that app when you need it, but cookies, it's all in the house. Yes, so Cher, 3:30 Eastern on Tuesdays moving forward. That's a really good question, Thomas. I'm thinking so. Why not? 3:30. 3:30 it is. Okay, everybody? 3:30. I can commit to that. I made 3:30 today. I really wanted it to be 3, but it's going to be 3:30. So that's a great question. Do you guys have any other questions? Am I using StreamYard right now? That is a question from Lee. No, Lee, I made my life difficult. This is not my my first rodeo with live streaming. So I use what the gamers use. So it's Streamlabs OBS, and it's like a whole different beast. I'm going to be like expanding my live stream reach as far as the different type of programming that I'm going to do come the New Year's. So in the New Year, when I'm doing some interview-based programming and stuff like that, I will be using StreamYard. That's what I think. Unless Be Live goes into LinkedIn, and I know they're working on their API to do so. So I don't know. I'm going to test them both out, but that is my front runner. The difference between StreamYard and Streamlabs OBS is open broadcasting software. So the software actually lives on my computer. So that means if you don't have like a gamer rig, I'm a bit nerdy like that. So I have a very powerful and fast computer with an awesome graphic card and so much more. So because I can't help myself, I have a problem. But yeah, I'm addicted to tech. But so yeah, and it allows my computer to operate at a really fast streaming speed. But if you don't have that on your computer, and I'm not saying you do or don't, because I haven't seen your rig or your laptop or anything, but StreamYard is a great solution for most people. And so I am totally recommending and endorsing that. And I will be using it for some of my programming as well if I don't use Be Live. So reclaiming my time. Yes. Thank you, Dion, for reclaiming my time. Yes. Nope. Not my first rodeo. I've been doing live streams since Google Hangouts on air, so HOAs for those of you going way back in the days, also on Blab, on Periscope, Facebook Live. So I just love this stuff. And then I have a broadcasting background as well, so I like the technical side of things. But no, I'm not a gamer. I know. I just like the tech. Okay, so that is it. Coming up next, I've got some big plans for you guys. What I'm doing is, for the next episode, should you choose to watch and tune in on Tuesday next week, 3:30 Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to take a look, because right now all of the articles are coming out about what are the top social media trends for 2020. Well, I'm going to take the top 5 and parlay them back into personal branding. So a lot of them are overall marketing, but how do they impact your personal brand? That's what I'm going to be talking about next week. And so stay tuned. And like I said before, if you're not on my mailing list, justashare.com, get there, be on it, click on it, grow on it, because I promise it's not going to be like any old mailing list. I got your back. I'll make sure you enjoy it. And I'm just looking to see if I missed anything else. And of course, you guys, this is the time where I say I'll resume the timer, reclaiming my time. Yes. I want to remind you guys that sharing is caring. So if you receive value from this broadcast today, if you did, please, when we're done, share this episode, then jump onto my mailing list, because there's somebody in your network who needs to see this. So thank you again so much for watching. And of course, like I said before, that's the mailing list. It's live. Love to see you guys. This is what it looks like. Yeah, this is it. This is the list, justusshare.com. And of course, if we are not connected yet, let's do it. And if you don't know, that's where all my videos go. So enjoy. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. And I appreciate all of you. For watching. So thank you. And let's wait for the next episode. All right. I'll be in the comments as soon as this is done. Thanks for watching. Bye.